So if you haven't been kept up to date, Pokemon have officially confirmed a reprint for Prismatic Evolutions in what appears to be a very rare event. Now, if you're a fan of Pokemon, you'll probably know this is an incredibly rare occurrence for them to kind of acknowledge something like this. However, I suppose one good thing that's kind of come out from all the anger, the disappointment and frustration, which kind of has been vented online, has made an official response from Pokemon. Now, Pokemon have acknowledged the issue with Prismatic Evolutions and that more stock is pretty much needed to fulfill demand. There is a few questions that don't really make sense to me about this though. Firstly, Pokemon are acknowledging that there isn't enough stock, though why did most stores that ordered Prismatic Evolutions get only 10 or 15% of what they originally ordered? So apparently there is a few explanations why this has happened, which I'm going to explain in just a second. Though I just want to say, if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name's Phil and I run this Pokemon collecting and investing YouTube channel. I try have a pretty open conversation with you all. Definitely feel free to subscribe to be part of the growing community. Though, as mentioned, one of the reasons why apparently a lot of stores received such little orders was because the amount of different stores which ordered product. So it seems Prismatic Evolutions got ordered from stores that don't even specialize in selling Pokemon cards, right? Such as bookstores, news agents and the lot, right? And because so many of these stores caught on and it was going to be so hyped and whatnot, it meant a lot of stores that order and usually get their stock fulfillment received far less product than anticipated. Though I'm going to be going into the news about the reprint and what I think is going to happen because of it and the general effects it's going to have on the market. Though I do think a lot of people will be able to get their favorite product on release as time goes on. Now, we are in a very different time, though as the reprints come, a great way to stay up to date with reprint news is through PokeNotify, which is the paid sponsor of today's video. Now, PokeNotified is a paid Discord channel that alerts users when a restock happens at specific retailers. When you enter the server, you can select your region and which stores you'd like notifications from, and you'll get alerted the moment a restock happens. Pretty much, the better time you take to set up your notification settings, the better and more accurate they will be. Now, as the reprint continues and comes throughout 2025, hopefully you'll be able to get the product at a reasonable price. Now, if you want to test it out to see if it's for you, there is a 3-day free trial, and if you do sign up using my code, you do get a 25% discount off the first month. All the details of PokeNotify can be found in the description of this video. So the biggest reprint I ever saw was the Japanese 151 reprint back last year. From booster boxes selling for 180 USD, they started selling for as low as 52 USD per booster box, and the amount of stock that was brought into the market was really plentiful, right? A lot of people were able to open Japanese 151. So it's going to be really interesting to see how Prismatic Evolutions reprint handles this, right? Though, let's get into what's actually happening with Prismatic Evolutions reprint, seeing if the investors are the problem and actually getting to the bottom of this, right? All right, so Prismatic Evolutions reprint, what does it mean for the market? What's going to happen with prices? This, that. So lots and lots to kind of unpack around this kind of topic. I think I've got to kind of talk about something, and I know it might be, I don't know, maybe some people will be like, oh, Phil, how can you say that? You invest in collectibles. But I do think that there is a little bit of a witch hunt going on the people who invest in collectibles, right? And the reason I say that is because it's kind of like investors are the problem, but were investors the problem when you could get Paradox Rift for like $90 a booster box last year? I mean, people were still investing in collectibles back then, including myself, including a lot of people who watch this channel. It seems like everyone's kind of just shifted the blame to the investing crowd of Pokemon, or people who like investing in collectibles. Now, I do invest, I do collect, I'm much of a mix of both, right? And I speak about this on my channel. And I feel like it's an easy archetype to kind of attack. Oh, the person who invests in collectibles, they're the problem. But I think the reality is, it's not just the investor. The problem is, and I think where I kind of talk to my audience, and I do have a big audience, my biggest care factor is, if you're spending, $1,000 on a Pokemon card, something like, Moonbreon, right? That's like 1.5K USD. I think this whole kind of signaling or virtue kind of thing that's coming about, like, if we're collecting cards, we have the passion for it. Dude, I've been playing Pokemon since I was 4. I've been collecting Pokemon for such a long time. It's not the investor that's kind of causing this problem. And I speak about this a lot. The issue, what's happened right now, is the amount of people who have entered the hobby because of Pokemon TCG Pocket, because of the quality of sets that are releasing, and that's putting up so much pressure on Pokemon to print and meet demand. Pokemon is struggling right now. I mean, for them to even come out with an official statement shows you what's going on. So as we can see, the official statement, it says, we're aware that some fans may experience difficulty difficulties purchasing certain Pokemon trading cards, you know, Scarlet and Violet, Prismatic Evolutions, all right? We understand this inconvenience can be disappointing for fans, and we are actively working to print more of the impacted Pokemon TCG products. So that was a really good decision from Pokemon making this statement, okay? The reason why this was such a good decision for them to do it before it kind of came on the market kind of encourages people to open the product. Because before this statement, I think a lot of people who had, you know, pre-orders for this set were kind of thinking, oh, I'm not going to open Prismatic Evolutions because if I open it, it's a pretty much a guaranteed loss. Like the amount that, you know, you have to pull, the chances and the pull rates are really hard. For you to even pull anything is super difficult. So I think a lot of people were just saying, I'm just leaving this. I'm not touching it. But I think this statement kind of said, hey, we're encouraging you, open the product. And I think we're seeing that play out now. I think people are a bit more confident. You know what? I got the product, I pre-ordered it. I was pretty lucky to get the pre-order, but I'm going to open it. The fact that this is causing so much issues. I mean, if you've seen the videos, there's like videos of people in Costco jumping over each other. There was one that just came out recently, right? When you see this, right, I think this is so bad for the brand, okay? Just like through my marketing lens, and you guys know I work in marketing, that's kind of where my field is, right? When you see that, it doesn't exactly paint this nice picture, okay? It actually it's kind of feral, right? It's pretty gross. Like you see people like jumping over each other, fighting for product. I don't think the spirit of the franchise is painted in a nice light when you see that. So I think it's in Pokemon's best interest to kind of fix this, okay? Also, I just wanted to say a little bit of a life and business update. I am actually hosting a live stream and opening up some packs which you can purchase. I've just launched my own official website. If you'd like to have some of your packs open and be part of the event, you can purchase some packs while they're available on the website. The scheduled live stream is on the 26th of January, 10 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. You can find all the details in the description of this video. If you want to know my thoughts, what's going to happen, and this is just, you know, being in the hobby for a while, what I think is going to happen is I personally think this reprint is gonna be hard, dude. I think they're gonna go so ham in this, man. No, I think Pokemon means business when they're gonna reprint this. I think they were just a bit blindsided with the demand, which I speak about. Pokemon TCG Pocket, you know, Scarlet and Violet era has become increasingly better as well. Now the quality of the sets is incredibly good. So I think Pokemon have said, wow, our market's grown. We need to actually flood the market. So I'm expecting throughout 2025 and even 2026, we will be getting product, okay? One aspect that's kind of made me think as well about Prismatic Evolutions and reprints, right, is I'm seeing so many new people enter and they just get so bullish, man. The amount of people that are just incredibly bullish right now, you kind of have to pace yourself at the moment, okay? I think it's very easy to just say, oh yeah, everything's gonna go to the moon, everything's gonna go to the moon. When we're in these bull runs or whatever that's happening, there's a concept known as Kensho moments in life and Satori moments in life, okay? Kensho moments are times which causes kind of pain and it causes change, whereas Satori moments are these big aha moments. They're these big, beautiful, like, wow, winning, awakening moments, right? Right now, we're kind of in this Satori moment of Pokemon collecting, right? Everyone's looking at it. Wow, they're going up. It's this crazy boom. We're all in it. They're going to go to the moon. My PSA cards, But when the Kensho moment happens, which is learning through pain, people that have over-invested, overspent will learn the hard way. But you know what the good thing from that is? You're going to become sharper. You're going to become smarter in this field. The reason I'm telling you this is because I've gone already through that. I kind of had that experience. Oh man, vintage cards, they're going to boom. Vintage cards, they're going to blow up. They're going to just keep going in value. When the community sentiment changes, it can be quite harsh. Don't overspend on products. Be patient and just learn that beautiful art of missing out. I know that sounds a little bit like, well, Phil, but if I don't buy this product, it's going to go up in value. Dude, let it go up in value. Let it grow in value. It's okay. You don't need to always grab everything. I actually spoke about this early last year, right? Now, I had the opportunity to buy 2 cases of Fusion Strike for a little bit below retail price or buy 2 booster boxes, okay? Now, given my budget at that time, I only bought 2 booster boxes of Fusion Strike. Now, I had full confidence that Fusion Strike was gonna rise. I had such good intuition about it. I was like, Fusion Strike is gonna go heavy, bro. And guess what happened? Fusion Strike, look what's happening at right now. It's actually blowing out the water. The price of Fusion Strike booster boxes lately have just been climbing so high in value. So everyone can say, oh, Phil, see how dumb decision, you should have bought 2 cases. No, because I made the right decision at that time period in my life. Issue that a lot of people are having right now is they're not making the smart decision of saying, I'm gonna buy 1 ETB or 2 ETBs. No, I'm gonna buy 20 because it's gonna go to the moon. Is it likely that will happen? Sure, but hey man, it can also backfire. So you always got to make the right decisions in that time. And that's how I take everything. I'm very pragmatic with everything I do. Do I think that Paldea Evolved is going to continue climbing in value? I do. Do I think right now Temporal Forces is a little bit underrated? I do. But it doesn't mean I'm just spending every cent to try and chase some sort of investment opportunity that I think I may have. You got to make sure that you're buying things that you have the means that you're available. If you don't, just wait or just buy less, dude. Life is long. I'm really grateful because I think without the reprint, I think prices that we're seeing right now would be even worse. So now I suppose Prismatic Evolutions is becoming a set that can go either way. I think the strength of the reprint will determine a lot about the future of prices. And given the fact that we have an official statement, I think we can assume that means business. Though I know a lot of newcomers are entering right now. And while it's amazing to see so many new faces on board, I think it's also important to get yourself up to speed in the world of collectibles. And I actually created a good resource to learn the knowledge relating to Pokemon investing and collecting, and you can get up to speed within this video right here. Within this video on screen, I go over how to actually start collecting Pokemon cards in 2025. I know it can seem overwhelming, though by watching this video, it makes it as an easy way to understand the world of Pokemon cards. Click the video that's appearing on screen and we'll talk more about it there.